Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Land Stories Live. I am your host, Dave Denniston of Generation Family Properties, LLC, where our goal is to help hundreds of people like you own land. Most of all, we want to be able to tell your land story. Well, today I have the pleasure of having Christy back with me. Hey, Christy.
Hello.
What is going on?
Not much, just chugging along.
I know.
Through Monday. How about you?
It's been a crazy month, this whole coronavirus outbreak. We're recording this in early March, and it'll be interesting to see a month from now. This is actually going to go on the audio version of the podcast, like where things have changed.
Right. Yeah, if it's gone away, or if it's worse, or if it's good, kind of doing the same thing. I wonder.
What are things looking like out your way?
I think there's been three
cases. So not much. Here in Minnesota, we have 2 that have come out recently. And I've actually been super cautious just because my youngest daughter, that super preemie that's now going on 8, she's been on an immunosuppressant thing to fight juvenile rheumatoid arthritis in her knee. And so it's changed some of the way I do stuff. Like normally I'd probably eat out a couple of times a week, just grabbing lunch, maybe going out once with the family. And I've just shut that down because I don't want anyone else preparing my food. What about you? Has it changed any of your habits at all?
No, I mean, I'm so healthy. Like I don't get sick that often. I've gotten sick more recently just in life. We talked about just a bit ago, I seem to always hurt myself. That's a bit of an issue with me, but
yes.
No, not really. But I can see where if you have some kind of, autoimmune problem, or a kid that can't get vaccinated, or you're older, or you already have respiratory issues, that's not great. But no, I mean, I've always been a bit of a germaphobe anyway, so I'm a big hand washer and like a big, I don't touch a lot of things. Anyway, so I'm continuing that.
Well, I've just thought too, I mean, my goodness, what a great time to buy land. If you want to get away, you're concerned about the virus. So many of our places are awesome places not to be around people, if that's something you're concerned. And certainly
we should literally put on all of them non-coronavirus properties.
But certainly our hearts and thoughts go out to those people that are impacted, because certainly
that's awful.
It's a bad thing. But we're here to talk about land, maybe bring a little bit of laughs, bring a little bit of education, bring a little bit of entertainment, talking about land today. And I know we're going to be talking about this property in back of me that's in Luna County, New Mexico. That's new for us. And we're going to talk about the largest landholders in America still today. So I know, Christy, you've been doing some research about the 8th largest landholder in America. So tell us a little bit about these people.
Well, I think it's super fit. It was a coincidence that we decided that we were going to do this together. And then I looked it up and I was like, there are no coincidences in life, right? Of course, it's King Ranch in Texas. So close to my heart. I love everything in Texas, and everything is bigger in Texas. This is perfect.
There we go. There we go. As a matter of fact, last week we had one that had a huge ranch in Texas too, when we were talking about Stan Kroenke, the guy.
Yeah, didn't you say it was like $7.25 million or something for that?
Yeah, it was $750 million.
Goodness. Yeah, King Ranch is, how many acres was that one? Do you remember?
King Ranch, let me see.
No, I know King Ranch is like 825,000. I was curious if the other one was must be smaller. If it's number 9.
I think so.
I didn't see a value on King Ranch, and I think probably it's been in the family since 1853. So it's a family ranch, which is super cool. It's like a legacy. I think there's 60 descendants of the original Richard King that are now owners of it. So it just keeps going, getting passed down. It started off as, I think, 1.2 million acres, but it's now just 825,000. Family members have sold bits and pieces of it off. It's still absolutely huge. Well, and I told Dave earlier that I've been told by my parents I was there whenever I was a kid. don't remember it, but it's between Corpus Christi and Brownsville, so it's like way South Texas. I'm from just north of Houston.
Nice.
But we used to go to Corpus Christi for spring break before it became like the popular thing to do, and we went. So I've seen pictures of me on the big bulls and everything like that, but I don't remember it. But
well, I think what's so inspiring about these kind of stories is just to keep it in the family that long, you know, to pass on land to generations, which is like our tagline, you know, land for generations to come. So this just inspires me so much. I have his biography pulled up. It says the guy who started this for his family, he was born in 1824. So we were talking about someone that was born almost 200 years ago that has been able to pass on land to his family. He was a riverboat captain. He was a Confederate. He was an entrepreneur and the founder of this ranch. Apparently, he was born into a poor Irish family, so another immigrant, and became a jeweler. Then he stole away on a ship to head to Alabama. So another one of these people that just kind of, you wouldn't think, right? Someone that started out like this would have acquired land.
Well, it's because you never know. Maybe back then that land was unwanted or, you know, out of the popular areas. So he bought it, and look at it now.
You can imagine.
All the time.
I'm not sure when the Alamo was, but I have to imagine it was around that time that he bought this property, probably 1840s, something like that.
Wouldn't have been far off. But you see it all the time now. I know my parents have property in Magnolia, which is north of Houston, and that's where I lived since I was a kid. And it used to be, Magnolia, it's way out, it's way out. And now it's not way out at all. It's right in the thick of everything. You know, there's everything you could possibly need within a 2-mile radius of where they are. But they did that. They bought long ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So you can only imagine, you know, any property that you buy now, it's pretty much only going to appreciate.
And I look at some areas like Park County in Colorado, you know, it's one county over from Denver, an area that I have to imagine 20 or 30 years from now is going to have more people than it does today. Any areas that stick out of your mind that you think about something like this, you know, that we have that might be close enough or interesting enough that people might want to check out?
I think Park County is a huge one, also because it's beautiful too. It's stunningly beautiful and close, but also the Otero County in New Mexico, because it's got all those trees, and it's near Cloudcroft, which is, every time I'm looking at things in New Mexico, Cloudcroft is always named as one of the top cities and best cities to live in. And I think it's 20 minutes away. I mean, it's not far at all from Cloudcroft. So Cloudcroft is just going to keep growing, which means everything around it is going to just, you know, get closer and closer to it. So it's the perfect time to buy something like that now.
True.
And hide away for a little while until you want to pass it down to your family when it's worth a fortune.
Right? Absolutely. Well, what else about King Ranch? What else can we note about it? You know, what's its history? What has happened with it since it was founded in the 1850s?
So the thing I didn't realize, I knew it was big, but it's bigger than Rhode Island, which is pretty cool. Wow. And then I also didn't know, being from Texas, I kind of know about cows, like not a lot about cows, but it's basically a cattle ranch. But 2 of the really popular cow breeds now are actually started there. It's the Santa Gertrudis and the Santa Cruz. They were actually bred on that ranch, which I did not know.
Interesting.
The Santa Gertrudis are the ones with the big hump on their back.
Sure.
I don't know if people in other states know about cattle. I don't know, but I know that one. And I had no idea that it was bred there. So that was kind of cool. They also do a lot of farming too. So they have like citrus, cotton, grain, sugarcane. They do different grasses, different turf grasses where they'll, so they do all kinds of stuff. I guess when you have 1,300 square miles of property, you can do a lot of different things. Yeah, they have horses and everything. There's even have you ever heard of King Ranch chicken? Or is that in Texas? Okay.
I've never heard of that.
It's a casserole. It's like this creamy chicken and rice casserole. And it's called King Ranch chicken.
Huh. Named after
Maybe it's a Texas thing. See, I don't even know, but that's popular for us.
Interesting. And tell us a little bit about the history. So you mentioned that the family, it was 1.2 million acres, and now it's 800,000 acres. What's kind of happened since that all
I
started?
don't know much about the history of it, like how, I just know that it went through a lot of cattle, and each descendant, pretty much all the descendants have stayed. When I was reading about some of them did leave out of just family arguments. But it's actually a really tight knit family, and most of them have stayed, and they're really a big part of the business.
Mm,
Like they still run it themselves. They haven't, passed it over to other people. They are actually in the day to day. A lot of them live on the property, um, and
that's cool. That's cool. I have to
yeah.
imagine, as we look in the future, what a great opportunity you look at even things like space exploration, right? Like claiming
Mm.
things and it's kind of the new land, to get out there and get asteroids and stuff like that. But anyhow, I digress. Anything else, Christy, to close out this part of the conversation before we talk about the featured property of the week this week?
No, buy land. Your descendants will be happy.
Yeah, right. And to keep it together all that time, that is just remarkable to me.
It is amazing, actually. It is, isn't it? To
All
have all
right.
of that.
Well, let's now transition into the featured property. So we have this property in Luna County, New Mexico. Christy, you want to share your screen and tell us all about it?
Yes. Let's see. Okay, you should be able to see it now.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
see?
We can
Okay,
see.
awesome. I'll just show you some of these images. So this, I told you we were doing this. This is a new county to me. So it was really interesting to me to learn a bit about it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet again, I'm surprised at how many mountains there are around.
Mm.
And I thought, it's amazing learning about the country and what's around. So all these mountains that you see in the back, it's the Florida mountain range. So it's an awesome outdoorsy place. If you like hiking, camping, all the outdoor stuff is great. The weather here is really good, super sunny. It's hot in the summer, but not bad, like in the upper 80s. And they say it has a cool breeze coming off the mountains a lot of the time.
Mm.
So it'd be a great place to escape. Even somebody like me who's, from Texas where the summers are miserable and there's no such thing as a cool breeze until November. To get away to a place like this in the summer would be really cool. It's a nice dry heat. You don't have that humidity. And it's got a lot of history. I don't know, you probably know more about the county itself because you've had properties here before, but it's had Indians, it had cowboys, it had Pony Express. It's like the Wild West, which is so cool. They have museums. It almost reminds me of like a mini Sedona or something like that,
Yeah.
where it's super artsy area. Let me go to the map quickly because the other thing, no, go away, this area.
While you're doing that, I'll talk about the temperature real quick. So for anyone that's interested, I have it pulled up here online from Weather Trends. And what I think is nice about this place, you definitely can relatively warm up in the winter time. You have temperatures that the average height is around 58, low of 30. So you'll be pretty cool in the mornings, but then it warms up during the day. If you look at snowfall, maybe you have one day of snowfall in January and one in December. And their rainy season is actually the summer. That's when a couple of inches seem to fall, according to this. And the average temperature around the summertime is like 95, 96 as the height, low of 60. So let's say it's an average of 80. I mean, that's perfect for a lot of us. Average temperature around 81 degrees, it says here. So certainly you don't get some of the scorching temperatures you get in a Phoenix area where you can stay here year round. It's fairly hospitable to year round. You don't get to the crazy negatives you get up here in Minnesota. So kind of a nice in-betweener.
Yeah, exactly. The other cool thing about this, is, you see on the map, this is the property here. Nice rectangle shape, which is good. But zoom out just a tiny bit, because then you get to go to the town of Deming.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Oh, I scrolled a little too much. They have an airport. They have a Walmart, which is huge, because so many of the properties that we have, they have small towns for sure, but they're small towns. Like you might have a gas station and a little convenience store, but this is a full-on functioning little town that I can't imagine there'd be anything you couldn't find. So you're not far away at all from true convenience.
Yes.
Like you need a car battery, it's not that far away. You know, everything you need is super close. But yet when you're out there, you'd feel like you were in the middle of nowhere. You'd have nobody around, no coronaviruses, no loud noises. You could camp or build an off-grid place, but you can truly just drive 15 minutes and get to the Walmart, 15, 20 minutes.
And you can see it's not about the same distance to the mountain too. So you're 15, 20 minutes away from the mountain. Looks like there's Rockhound State Park there. So that's probably a fun place to go rock hunting. What else, Christy?
That's what I was going to say about the Rockhound Park. They said there's all kinds of minerals, rocks, really unique to the area. So for somebody that's, you know, into geologist, or not even a geologist, but likes things like that, it would probably be such a unique area to go and see things that you can't really see in other parts of the country.
What else?
Wineries, breweries, also very cool. So it isn't just an outdoors lover's place. You know, so there's museums, the wineries, there's art centers. So it really is very cultural too. So it doesn't have to be somebody that is just in it for the outdoors. You don't ever have to go to the mountains and hike. That's not the only thing to do there. So if you just want to get away and relax, and then maybe go, you know, catch lunch and have a few wine tastings, also fine. You know, you don't, some of the properties are definitely more for, I would say, outdoors people. If you don't like the outdoors, might not be for you. Well, I think this would just be for everybody, no matter what you like. You know, I feel like if I had a property like this, I'd love doing the outdoors, but then if my parents came to visit, I would also be like, oh, come look at this museum and let me show you the town, because it's such a cute town.
Absolutely. Great place for snowbirds, great place for people that just want a place to get away for the summer from really extremely hot places. So great all around place. So let's see. Anything else, Christy, you want to add about features or things around this area?
Well, the huge feature about the whole property is only $59 a month.
Not even a month, $1,500 like cash price, right?
Well, no, I said 59, but yeah.
Oh, 59 a month. I was like,
yeah.
I don't think that much. Well,
I don't know what you can even buy for that nowadays. Maybe you could go out to dinner at like Chili's or something.
All right.
I would much rather own an acre. Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, the cash price is just under $2,000, so it's so affordable. Definitely make it work.
The other thing I would say about this area in general is that there is a good bit in this subdivided area where there's electricity running in a lot of different areas around here. So you're usually not too far away from having power available. Obviously, with all the sunshine here, you certainly can get solar power or something like that too.
And Dave, do you know if this property, because I did look, I don't think this one has it too close to it, but you can see in some of, like you said, in some of the pictures of the area, there is power, but you don't know particularly about this one.
I don't know particularly about this property, no. Often we'll get a photographer to go out and check out properties. A good sign if there's electricity is if there's houses directly around it. Usually that means that there is electricity. And in this particular property, I do not believe there are many houses right around it, although there are some not too far away and there's a county road. So I suspect the electricity is not too far away. But you always have those other alternatives, certainly, of generator or solar or something like that. So
yeah, solar would probably be the best here because of all those sunny days, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So just touching on the housing, it's only a 600 square foot minimum too to build in this. It's in Deming Ranchettes. So people, probably one of the most common questions, definitely in the top 5, is could I build a tiny home? So maybe not tiny, but 600, it's not big. You can build a nice little cabin for the weekends. You can do RV and camping for 30 days too. So that's even an option. You don't have to build. You can just use it as a weekend place. Totally fine.
Awesome. Perfect. And let's see, why don't we take a look at the website listing?
Yes.
See if there's any other details we missed about it. I mentioned this is an acre, which is actually 2 lots.
Yep, 2 lots put together. So yeah, here. Whoa, do it again.
Taxes are only about $50 a year. That's it for this property. Insanely cheap.
Practically free.
Pretty much, right? Anything else, Christy, you want to add about the property?
No, I mean, there's just some pictures of the area. I know I showed those in the beginning, but so people can see it again. So cute. I love the views.
And you can actually see in the picture here the power poles that are in the area.
Yes, yeah, so they are definitely in the area. Not too far.
Okay. Well, Christy, if someone wants to contact you about this property, how much is the cash price for it? And again, what's that monthly price?
It's $1,997.
$2,000. That's it.
That's it, and you can own it. And then if you want to finance it, it's just the $59 a month. And you'll do the $249 document fee down is all you need to do. You always do more, prepay, no penalties, but super affordable. So
I love it. Cool.
hurry up before somebody else grabs it.
They do go quick. A lot of our properties do.
Fast, yeah. This one will go fast, I'm sure.
And if Christy, if someone wants to contact you about it, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
You can call me or text me. That's always super easy. I know nowadays texting is good and I'll reply right back. It's 971-248-6715 or email sales@genfamland.com.
Well, there you are, my friends. Definitely reach out to Christy if you want to talk about this property or any of the other ones that we have talked about. Next week, we'll be talking about the 7th largest landholder in America. So definitely stay tuned. We will go over that episode next. And if you want to join us live, do that on Facebook. You can say hi, ask a question. We would love to hear them from you on Facebook or send me an email, contact@genfamproperties.com. Thank you again so much for tuning into Land Stories with me, Dave Deniston, and Christy. Make sure to check out all of our properties at www.genfamproperties.com. And if you are looking for land, I know Christy would love to speak with you. Please call her directly at, what's that phone number again, Christy?
971-248-6715.
All right, there we go. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye, guys. See you next time.